future of quality management. Joining us today to speak about that, Lusi Zheng, Senior Director of Quality Assurance at Gartner. Lusi, welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you, Russell.
Let's talk about trends that you see that are shaping up in quality management. I'm sure there's any number of things going on in this area. So walk us through that. What would you say?
Yeah, I would say there's similar trends to what other functions are facing. There's three big themes. One are pervasive digital capabilities. Two is around an operational transformation. And three is more on public value shifts. So specifically for each one of them, pervasive digital capabilities, more data analytics, more hyper automation. For operational transformation is this ecosystem, right, that we need to pay attention to. And then for public value shifts, it's from customers. Customers are expecting multiple dimensions of quality in their products, right? We have the social responsibility piece, but still high quality, but lower cost. It's really tough to balance for someone in a quality role.
Is this across all verticals? In other words, is it vertical agnostic, something that's going on in every industry?
I would say it impacts every industry, something stronger in certain industries than others and accelerating more. So, for example, one of the pieces is also regulatory complexity that falls under public value shifts. Obviously, more regulated industries like life sciences, food would be impacted more by that. But I would say generally those three themes would transcend the industry.
And this is not something that you see taking place solely today, but this is something that is continuing to evolve.
Correct. It's going to continue to evolve, especially in the next 5 years, really force us to reshape and rethink our quality management.
If you were talking to quality managers then about what they might expect in the next 3, 4, 5 years, walk us through what you would tell them.
Yeah, we see quality management shifting in 4 ways. Their first way is becoming more predictive. So the value proposition that we've been running off of isn't enough anymore, right, to continue to provide value to the business. The second shift is becoming more connected. So we're thinking about an ecosystem now. It's not this value chain, but it's a web of suppliers and partners that we're dealing with. So for somebody in quality, how do you manage the risk now of this huge ecosystem? And the third piece is becoming more flexible. There's a lot of tension between quality and costs, quality and speed, right? That's creating issues within organizations. So becoming more flexible, especially allowing the business to tailor or supply chain to tailor to its context makes more sense. And the last piece is becoming more embedded. We see quality becoming more democratized across the business, both in terms of responsibilities, but also skill sets.
You know, one of the things we hear every day, and no matter what the industry is, if you're speaking to a leader, you're hearing about all the disruptive events that have been going on for the last couple of years and which people see continuing to evolve. And of course, there's any number of them, from the pandemic to the geopolitical situation, to climate change, and on and on and on. Is this something that quality assurance, quality managers can simply ignore, or how is this impacting their world?
Absolutely not. They can't ignore it. I would say it's impacting their worlds just like everyone else, right? People are more distracted. People are more confused. There's more tensions, again, between quality and other priorities. And sometimes what we do in quality is try to push the quality message more, right? Focus on quality, pay attention to quality, don't forget quality. But because there are so many disruptions and distractions, you're just adding more noise to everything that they're hearing.
Talk to us about the technology investments that people might need to make if they're going to ensure that they have the highest level of quality. Walk us through that.
Yeah. In terms of technology, there's 2 angles to it. One is technology helping with just automating manual tasks in quality, right? Things around pulling data with dashboards and spitting it out. The other piece is actually helping augment our judgment. So especially as we democratize quality, people further down the chain will have to make decisions regarding quality. And you want technology or AI to nudge them and say, hey, you need to go further in that particular quality test. That FMEA, last time when we looked at the data, when we didn't go deep enough, this was the additional risk that was exposed.
Mm-hmm. You know, everybody tends to overlook some things in their sphere, But in terms of quality managers, what are those things that they do tend to not take into consideration the way they should? Those things that they overlook, especially when it concerns their own futures. What would you say that might be?
That's a really great question, Russell. I'm getting a lot of questions from quality leaders about how to prove the value of quality to the business. And I think quality leaders are getting the right problem and the challenge, which is they're being questioned, right? Their value, quality's value is being questioned by all the leaders. But I don't know if doubling down on our current value and showing how it's worthwhile is the right direction. We're starting to see, because of the shifts, quality needing to change its value proposition and not double down on the current value proposition in order to keep up and adapt to what the business needs.
Well, it's interesting because in areas such as supply chain, that's been an area that for so many years was overlooked by many of the folks that were sitting in the C-suite. And they had to make an argument that we are actually contributing to the welfare of the company. We are making the company money because we're certainly saving the company money, et cetera. You're saying that to some extent, quality leaders have got to establish their bona fides in terms of some of these other folks in the C-suite?
I would say yes, and it depends a little bit on industry. Certain industries, especially in life sciences, quality reports vary to the CEO at times, so very senior positions, and they get that. But I feel like a lot of times quality's also been focusing on the bottom line, right? How do we contribute? How do we save costs of poor quality? But we're not making the connection enough to the top line, increasing customer loyalty. And that's part of the predictive aspect. How can we use the data from our customer complaints to tell the business and our product developers what our customers are wanting for, information that we didn't know before, rather than just reacting to, hey, we got a complaint, let's fix this. Let's use the data to teach the business something that they don't know already and get ahead.
Which leads me to ask about reputational impact. There are situations that can be disastrous, catastrophic for a company. Quality leaders can certainly save a company.
That's correct.
Let's make that argument to the C-suite, huh?
Yes, that would be amazing if we can do that. But I think because of all the different priorities and objectives, it's something that we often see traded off. Quality, say 40% of quality end users say that they comply with quality. 60% say they're trading off for other priorities just because speed is such a big focus right now.
So, Lusi, we started off at the top of the interview by talking about the future of quality management. Well, as you see it, what is that future? How does it look?
The future is more predictive, more connected, more embedded, and more flexible.
Excellent stuff. Thank you for speaking with us. Great drill down.
Thank you, Russell.
Lusi Zheng, Gartner, speaking with us today about the future of quality management, perhaps at your company. Thanks for watching.